We all have comfort shows that we resort to from time to time, but very rarely do we run across shows that manage to not only win our hearts, but also revolutionize the entire industry. Stranger Things is one such show, and it has created massive waves of excitement ever since it first came out, so it's really no surprise to us that the show may be getting a spin-off. Let's take a deep dive into the recent developments. Starting off, is there space for a strange little spin-off? Well, this show literally caused the streaming site of Netflix to crash for a bit when its final episode came out last July during the 4th season of the show. There is literally no denying that the popularity of this show is absolutely insane. Imagine the amount of devoted and excited fans you'd need for you to be able to make Netflix crash. Well, that's Stranger Things. The series has received widespread critical acclaim for its casting, music, and suspenseful plot, and has won numerous awards, including several Emmy Awards. Its popularity has spawned a range of merchandise, including clothing, accessories, and home decor. The show has also inspired numerous fan theories and has been widely discussed and analyzed by critics and audiences alike. In terms of its popularity, Stranger Things has consistently been one of Netflix's most watched original series, with each season attracting a large and dedicated audience. The series has also been widely discussed and analyzed in the media and has become a cultural phenomenon with a significant presence on social media and in popular culture. It's clear that Stranger Things is one of the most popular and successful television series of the past decade. The days of Game of Thrones being all the hype are long gone. The kids are taking over. But as it goes with most super popular shows, including the Game of Thrones by the way, can there be a spin-off of everyone's favorite sci-fi show? We think so. Coming up, why is it likely that the spin-off might happen? Well, as of now, the show is in production for its 5th and most likely final season. In the 5th season, we're going to see our little modern-day mystery gang fight the great forces of evil in the face of Vecna, who seems hell-bent on wanting to erase the world, and with it, their little town of Hawkins. And while we're excited to see how our little heroes are going to solve the big problems of the world, we're also saddened by the knowledge that this is probably the last season. But the good news for all of us Stranger Things junkies is that when a show earns this much profit, it's not likely that the showrunners want to quit banking on it. The Duffer Brothers have become a household name, all thanks to the acclaim they've won as the result of this series. What are the odds they'd actually want to just simply let go? Perhaps that's why they keep hinting at the possibility of a spin-off. Even Eleven herself recently talked about a potential spin-off and how she'd really want to be there to witness yet another bald 10-year-old have her life completely changed by a show like this. As much as we miss good old Hawkins, it would be interesting to see what the writers may have in store for us with something completely new. Let's look at what a Stranger Things spin-off may look like. We're literally at our favorite part of the video, the part where we sit together and speculate. You all probably already know this, but we're quite literally suckers for conspiracy theories, and theories of all kinds. And that's why sitting here and theorizing the future of our favorite sci-fi show has really gotten us hyped. So let's think, folks, how strange can a Stranger Things spin-off really get? First up, how about a spin-off set in the future, where the kids from Hawkins are all grown up and have to deal with even more bizarre supernatural occurrences? Maybe they could team up with a group of tech-savvy young adults to take on some high-tech monsters. Or how about a spin-off set in the past, following the adventures of the original Hawkins Lab scientists as they conduct their strange and controversial experiments? We could see a younger version of Dr. Brenner and get a glimpse into the origins of the Upside Down. And of course, we can't forget about the fan-favorite character of Barb. What if we got a spin-off all about her life in the Upside Down? We could finally find out what happened to her after she was taken and see her fight to survive in this strange and dangerous world. See what we mean? We could get so carried away with all our ideas. We really hope the writers are watching this and that we're inspiring them in some way. Coming up, did the Duffer Brothers just spoil it for us? Uh-oh. Spoiler alert. Okay, we think we've done enough speculation and playing around. It's not like we have absolutely no idea what the spinoff may look like. Matt and Ross actually decided to put all conversation to an end when they confirmed that a spinoff is most definitely in the works. They made it a point to stress the fact that they are tired of the same old narrative and the same character arches. Ouch! The Duffer Brothers revealed that the spinoff would have a new setting, new characters, and a completely different story. They also emphasized that the spinoff would be very different from the original series, and that they were excited to explore this new world and see where the story took them. Looks like Matt and Ross are fully really ready to move on. The only thing they want to keep similar is perhaps the storytelling technique that they made use of for their very first hit series. Next up is there going to be a stage play set in the strange world of Stranger Things. Yes, folks, you heard it right. The Duffer Brothers are absolutely on fire, one shot after another. Even as they work on the 5th season of their super hit show, they're already thinking of potential storylines for a spin-off. But that's not all. Apparently, the dynamic duo has also launched a production company called The Upside Down. See what we mean when we say these two won't let the Stranger Things success spree just slide like that? We think it's very strategic of them to bank on it. And we'll have you know that the production company is already working on a very, very exciting new project. This one is a little different from the typical Duffer Brothers route. This one happens to be a stage play. Ooh, we're so excited to see how they would tell stories using theater and the stage as their platform. It's a little unconventional, but that's what makes it all the more exciting. Award-winning producers Sonia Friedman and Stephen Daldry, The Crown, Billy Elliot, and The Reader, and Netflix will produce the stage play, and it's going to be set in the world of Stranger Things. So be ready to see a lot of the 80s culture being revived from the dead. But that's about where the similarities with the show end. And hey, as much as we love the show, we also think it's nice to see the writers branch out and try new things. Only time will tell how successful these little adventures prove to be. Coming up, did Millie Bobby Brown just give us a spoiler? Well, it's not essentially a spoiler, so we're kind of clickbaiting right now. But then again, at least we're transparent about our little tactics to keep you all hooked. It can potentially be a spoiler because hey, who can better guess the end of the series than the girl who started it all, our little 11? And Miss Millie Bobby Brown had a lot to say about the potential ways she'd want the series to end. Now she's only speculating like the rest of us, given that the official filming of the show will begin in 2023 and it'll be released sometime in the summer of 2024. But what are the odds that her guesses are a little spot on? We think pretty high. One potential way the show could end is perhaps by 11 making the ultimate sacrifice to save Hawkins and her friends. It would make sense, you know. The story would come full circle. We agree with Millie that this would be the right ending, but it does feel a tad bit predictable, and the writers of the show seem to have a thing for surprising us. Let's see if they have any new surprises waiting for us in Season 5. Lastly, let's look at the big questions the final season needs to answer. Okay, we have so many questions that if we really get into asking them, the list would probably never end. But there are some major things that were left unaddressed by the end of the 4th season, and it's made us so curious to want to know more. The writers sure do know how to keep an audience hooked, but as the show gets ready to film its final season, we demand that the writers at least give clarity on a few things. Firstly, and most importantly, is Max ever going to come back to the world of the living? At the end of the 4th season, we saw that 11 was able to revive Max, but she was left in a coma-like state, and as much as we want to see her back in action, we don't know if that's going to happen yet. We also really want to know how Will ties into all of this. Like the guy was literally upside down for quite some time. He must have some link to Vecna. Is Will Byers the answer to all of this? Oh, and what about the whole Nancy, Steve, Jonathan love fiasco? We really need the Duffer Brothers to sort this puzzle out for us. Even amid the potential end of the world, we really want to know who Nancy ends up with. Hey, can you really blame us? We're a sucker for romance, and at the end of the day, romance is important, even in the scariest of times. Let's hope the final season of the show brings an answer to all our queries. And on that note, it's a wrap for today. Do let us know what your possible theories are for Season 5 in the comment section below. We also want to know how you feel about the spinoff. If you all enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. That's all for now. See you next time.